We're going to start the recording for the YouTube audience who watched this on the video on demand replay. Welcome them back as well to what is CLG FC episode 234. We just beat Mossley 3-1. I've set a new league appearances mark with 222. Sheamus held the previous for 221. The offer for Spaps has been rejected. Thankfully, the transfer window closes in about 3 days, maybe 4 tops, and we've got Ramsbottom United in 6. So I thought you were in Portugal. So the Portugal save, Viva, is a offline save between Raz De Beer, me, Lewitt Gaming, and Ducky. And we're each taking control of the club for 1 season and handing it over to the next person. So yesterday, I got the save file. I actually got the save file overnight, Friday night and Saturday morning because of the time difference. And but yesterday, Raz gave me the save file. He got Oriental promoted out of the Portuguese 4th division into the Portuguese 3rd division, and then I had to do all the off season. So yesterday I did the entire off season. I re-signed players that were expiring or on expiring contracts that I enjoy or I thought would be good enough for the squad. I've sold some players, including some like real veteran 30-year-olds or 29-year-olds who look like they had a lot of they actually were pretty decent players, but I'm running a 3-4-3 diamond, and they don't serve any purpose in the 3-4-3 diamond. So I wound up selling them, or letting their contracts run out and releasing them on a free. So that's the thing. I don't before I get to that blockbuster real quick, I don't. I'm not actually, despite playing Football Manager for a long time, I'm not actually a very experienced Football Manager player because between FM10 was my very first Football Manager, right? And what do you do in your first Football Manager 9 times out of 10? What do most people do? They save scum. So my FM10 when I played FM10 way back in 2010 or 2009, I was save scumming because I didn't know any better. And then in FM12 all the way through FM16, I was on FMRTE as a crutch, right? And I didn't actually start playing Football Manager for real until probably this year. So, like, I'm looking at players going, I don't know what these numbers are. I don't know if these players potentially are going to be good. I still go through at times, and I'll look at players, and I'll completely ignore this shit. And sometimes that's really key, apparently. And other times I'll completely ignore things like their what do you call it? These things. They're pros and cons. I'll wind up ignoring it as well. So I'm trying to work on that now. So then I looked at that player that I wanted to buy and thought that was on a free transfer, and I thought he's lacking in a lot of different things. He's lacking in work rate, he's lacking in consistency, he's lacking in a lot. But he's 17 and he's got a pretty good potential. And he's got a lot that he does right now. So I thought, why don't I have a go and sign him? You know what I mean? What's the worst that can happen? He's a bench player. You know what I mean? He's 17. The worst thing that happens is I send him down to the B team, and he plays in the B team for a few years. And then we reevaluate in 2 years' time. You know what I mean? So that's what I did, and that seemed to polarize a lot of people, which is like why I was like trying to ask a lot of people, like, what do you think of this signing? Because I have asked about 5 people about the signing. 3 people have told me the kid's going to be excellent, and 2 people have told me he is probably not going to be the player I think he's going to be. And it's like, okay, so it's a bit of a polarizing signing, a lot of split opinion, but that's neither here nor there. So, and the other thing is I'm not used to looking at the stats, right? and seeing, uh, is this player going to be good? Is this player, what do we think about this player? Because, you know, all that is also relevant upon the division you're in. You know what I mean? The Portuguese third division does not need a player that's Premier League quality to play in it. So I don't need to be looking for a player of that quality. But I do want to be looking at is who is good enough for the division and who might I be able to sign for the future as well. I'm also kind of thinking a little bit about Ducky because it's like, okay, I do want to do well this season, sure, but I don't want to just hand the save off to Ducky and he's got to, because he's the next one in line, and he's got to completely pull the rug out again from underneath. I want to at least be able to give him some pieces where he's like, you know what, maybe I'm not going to run a 3-4-3 diamond, maybe I'm going to run something else, but I can use the players that are here at the club. I don't have to completely tap the transfer market season over season over season over season over season. Save scumming blockbuster is when you you save right before a match. It's a learning experience. There's no right or wrong. Exactly. And I'm trying to learn some of that, and just not like say, was this signing correct or was this the right signing? Because I wouldn't have actually, if I wanted to wait until people's opinions, I would have actually not signed the kid. I would have asked, should I sign this guy? And I didn't. I signed him and then said, what do you guys think? Do you know what I mean? Like, I've already made the decision. I just wanted to see what other people thought of the decision. You know what I mean? Like, I've already made the decision at that rate. Um, Save scumming blockbuster is when you when you save a game right prior to a match, and then you keep loading the game until you win the match. So that's save scumming. So uh, yeah. But this is the first time. The last 14 months have been the first time I've actually sat down to learn Football Manager. I've mainly always played it extremely casually, and I've always had FMRT running in the background for at some point. You know what I mean? Now, that's not to say I don't use it for the save. I absolutely use it for the save. This save has custom community players in it, and you have to kind of use it in order to get the players to look and be and the way that you want. And we've already established in what areas I use it in, right? So that's been well established in previous episodes, which is why I say this isn't the serious save. Like the serious save is in FM23. That's the serious save. This is the fun community save that I did because I miss CLG and I've rebooted them as a football club. So, this was a save to commemorate Counterlogic Gaming and the community members within Counterlogic Gaming that we all still are connected with today. You know, right? Uh, Luca Roberts is available for a professional contract. I don't think he's particularly very good. Uh, he's got some potential, but he's unambitious. He's a level 11 standard player, and he's got no consistency. So I think I'm actually going to take the advice and not offer Luca Roberts any contract. Yes, absolutely, Blockbuster. You want to see your players so you can decide what upgrades you want. Awesome. Uh, there you are. There you are, man. Let me know if you want to change skin color or hair color, by the way. I think that's correct. But um, we can do that. But there's your player. If you want hiddens, I'm gonna keep this up here for 5 more seconds, and then I'll show you hiddens. And here are your hiddens as well. There's all your hiddens, starting with adaptability, going down to versatility. So I'll leave this up for 10 seconds, and then you can decide if you're going to redeem what you want to work on. All right. So you would like pace. Awesome. Okay. And I take it you want to up pace. So you want to up pace to 14. So there you go. Pace is now 14. Yes. Okay. Awesome. And that is that. Let me go into the rewards queue. Uh, uh, shit. Where's my tab? There it is. Reward. Nope. That's prediction. Rewards queue. And we're gonna mark all. Complete all. Yes. Boop. There we go. So the FM23 save. I'm actually surprised at the last. Uh, I'm actually really surprised at the last stream. I did not think we were going to do as well as we did last stream on the FM23 save. Yeah, we rejected the offer. Cool. Thank you, Zan. I appreciate for obvious. Yeah. Same here, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, let me give shout outs where shout outs are due. We'll start with Blockbuster, right? So, guys, he's a brand new streamer. He's almost at affiliate. He just needs a few more followers, I believe. Give Blockbuster a follow. Rainbow Six Siege, F1 Manager. This is probably the same clip, Blockbuster. And FM as well, doing a level 20 to the top in Football Manager. So, actually, this does not look like the same. Was this the 4K you got when I was watching? Because that would have been sick. That 4K was pretty nasty, actually. So, yes. Yeah, that 4K was awesome. Yeah, this is good. Those were the last two kills on the 4K. That was good. So, but yeah, give him a follow. You had mentioned very quickly that you had gotten promoted on stream last night to level 19. Is that correct? So you actually got the first of your 19 promotions done, which only means one thing. There you go. Thanks. You are absolutely welcome. Uh, that's big. So, how close was it for you? Because my league, it came down to basically the penultimate day. Uh, so the offers are just flying in because it's the 31st now. So, um, now we're probably gonna get all this shit that's like, uh, what league is this? What's up, Skull Crusher? We are in the Northwest Counties League, Division One North. We're top by 2 points with 12 to play. We got Ramsbottom United next. They are currently sitting in fourth. So that's a big game. But yeah, we're in level 10 in England. Previous meeting against Ramsbottom, it was just on here, bro. Where is it? We won 2-0. So, sorry, forgive me. But welcome in. But I'm singing them. What? Gonna stream today on my obliged save with Skull. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about, Blockbuster? What's your end goal for the save? Win the Prem and the Champions League. If once we win both, I think this save ends and we move on to a different save. I don't know what I might do for the next save for FM24. I might do. I'm kind of interested in doing. Yeah, everybody's in the game. This was a level 20 to the top, so hashtag United should, if I could fucking spell it, should be in the game. They are currently in the Ishtman League Division 1 South Central. And they are currently in that league 6th. So, but yeah, this was a level 20 to the top, so literally everybody was in. Uh, I've got an online save with Skull and others. I'm going to stream it to. Oh, okay. Now I see. Nice. Speaking of streaming, let me give the great Zan a shout out. He is an actual football manager scout who plays Assassin's Creed. He does puzzles on his stream as well. Give him a follow. It is Zen United. This is him doing a jigsaw puzzle. So, uh, surely if you get your goals done, FM26 will be released. If it's going to come out, FM26 is going to come out. And uh, I don't know if I'm going to complete the save by FM26 because this save has been going for 15 months. So I started this save right at the end of March in 2024. It is June 2025, and this is season 11. The main reason is because I play other games. So if you look at my schedule, and you look at particularly my VODs, I play all sorts of different games. I'm gonna turn the corner light on real quick, actually, while we're talking, just because I don't think it's just enough. It's really overcast outside, so it's just not enough light right now. So I mean, I play Hearts of Iron, Rise of Nations, Action Taimanen, Goddess of Victory Nikkei, Stellar Blade eventually will come. I have an FM23 save I'm currently going through as well. Pangya we play on this stream. So all sorts of different games get played on this stream. So out of the park baseball as well. How far are you away from the National League? Thanks for the shout out. Absolutely, you are welcome. Um, National League is 4 levels away. Um, in four levels is National League South, North South. We're gonna go in the north because we're up by Blackpool. We're in LythamSt.Anne, so that is between. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, LythamSt.Anne's is between Blackpool and Liverpool. So um, we'd be in the north, without a question of a doubt. Right, First Division Cup, Bradley. 3-0 over Almond Brewery Woolpack. Allsagertown has defeated Mawstonbrook, the team that knocked us out on pens. Allsagertown's done it on pens themselves after a scoreless draw. FC Isle of Man 4-0 over Hepworth United. Bickerstaff 3-0 over Ince Central. So that leads you to your semifinals. The semifinal draw is the next day. So we're almost there. We meet again. Otto Leidenblock. What's up, brother? How are you? Welcome in, man. Welcome to the main save, which is CLG FC. So rejected. Good. I can't wait till this fucking transfer window is closed. God damn it. Hopefully it is. Do you buy every FM or do you skip a year? I do not buy a FM every year. I own 10, 12. I actually do think I own 13, but let me look at real quick. I actually have like 5 versions installed, so I have to look right now. Right, Football Manager. I own 10, 12, 13, 14, 19, 20, 23, and 24. So I have definitely skipped a few years in there. But I do intend on getting 26. West Ham beat Stoke in the FA Cup. That's nice. FA Cup, what? 3rd round? 4th round? FA Cup 4th round. So West Ham are into the FA Cup 5th round now. And the 5th round, Leeds, Man City, Palace, Brighton, Sunderland, Bournemouth, Burnley, Solihull Moors from the National League has made it to the 5th round of the FA Cup. West Ham, Forest, Stockport. That's going to be tough because Forest are actually 9th. They're 9th. Actually, West Ham can win that game. Stockport, Villa, Chelsea, Brentford, Newcastle, Arsenal. How about that? There's our finances. We got 8.5 million in the bank. We're doing all right. You have 09, 10, 12, 13, 15, 20, 22. Now, which one of those is your favorite? Because of all the FMs I have, I would say my favorite is probably 16. 13, I have heard you got a lot of money. Yes, we do. 13. I have heard a lot of good things about 13. I would say my favorite is 16, followed by probably 23 or 24. Um, 10 is also really enjoyable. 12 was really enjoyable as well. The only FM actually out of all the ones that I have that I really didn't enjoy was 14. 14 is just fucking so ugly. The reason we have a lot of money, by the way, is because uh, we have these are all. So the point of the save is that these are all community members that had some connection to CounterLogic Gaming, the esports organization. These players are not moving off the squad. They're not allowed to. And if our director of football sells them from underneath our feet, we force move them back into the club. And that's exactly what's happened a few times. We've had if I look at who is transfers out previous years, I got sold to Bournemouth for 8.25 million. I then pulled myself back in on a free. So I kept the 8.25 million, and then the year prior, or 2 years prior, 3 years prior, 4 years prior, 5 years prior. Oh my God, there we go. 5 years prior, we made 3.5 million, 3.9 million, and I pulled them back in on freeze. So Chelsea is actually still paying us for Kunde-kun, by the way. So he's paid £900 a week for another 7 years by Chelsea. So I think it would have been better to give Bournemouth their money back. I do not, mainly because in order to keep the players at the club, they have to have professional contracts. When you go below level 10, they need to be they're all amateur, and which basically means anybody's free to move on a free transfer at any moment in time. So in order to keep the players at the club, we've given the club a little bit of money. We've made it professional, and we tied the players down to contracts. So all that Bournemouth has done is given us the money to ensure that we don't need to worry about it for the next, 6 seasons. I would rank them 13, 12, 22, 10, 29, and 15. Nice. Which is funny because Shmori's actually playing FM15, I think. Shmori's a fun streamer. He's doing the longest. He's going for the Guinness World Record in terms of the longest save, and the longest single save. So, um, what do you call it? So, uh, I think, and he's doing that in FM15. So, your favorite was 18. Yeah. My favorite is probably 16 just because I have one of the greatest databases I've ever honestly I have the greatest database I've ever played on 16. Um, so uh, that's the only reason I would say 16. Otherwise I would argue 23 or 24 is probably my favorite. I actually having played 10, 12, 16, 14, 16, 23 and 24 this year, it actually makes me realize how much of a complete game 24 is, like compared to the others. It's insane. Um, I think the match engine's a smidge better in 23 though. I feel like there's things that happen in 23 that are a little bit more accurate. Fouls look a little bit more accurate, you know what I mean, like that kind of stuff. And I think the match engine in 24 is a little bit lacking, but that's just me. Right, we're 5-4 favorites. Rams Bottom United is 15-8. The draw is 5-2. So we are a day away. We need to do leagues in focus. It did pop up, and I haven't done it, so we'll do it. We'll do it on match day. Pre-match press conference. Let's kick this off with the first question from Dean Higham at the Blizzard. Um, an earlier kickoff time than North Walkton, who play later on, is an advance to play first. It literally doesn't matter, regardless of what has to happen before then. Yeah. Um. Uh. It's up to us to win. Yep. Uh. I thought they were genuine comments, and I can understand why people are think we're overcheesing. The longer it goes on, the better. Um, I disagree. Yeah, Rams by United are currently on a 12-match unbeaten league run. I forgot to put the stream up on my phone. That's the only thing I need to do, because this is one of the few games I play borderless window. Um, believe it or not, it's only really this and Action Time In, and I play borderless windowed. So, let's see. Find themselves in fourth place to win. But my players are at their best in these circumstances. That's cool. He's absolutely top quality. So yeah, but that's how it will always be here. Recent reports have linked. I don't know, nothing to do with us. We're very good in those areas, and planning of preparation. Oh my God, how many fucking questions? Uh, they're a dangerous team. We'll have to be on our toes from the first whistle. Uh, cool. There we go. Um, what is the new game coming out that free? Wait, what? What? What is the new game coming out that free? In his streams, we're talking to Morsi, right? I've been in his streams sometimes, cool save, and doing it all in Wales. 15 was just the time I started having to deal with real life responsibilities, which shows in how I didn't buy another until COVID and staying at home. That makes sense. I'm doing the save. We're trying to win the league in every country in Europe. Would you count winning like their second league, or should have to be the main league? You answer that question. That's a question you got to answer. So, depends on how long you want the save to be. If you want it to be something like no more than 30 to 50 seasons, then you should do top flight only. But if you're okay with 100 seasons, then add the lower leagues. So main league only for me. Most players would agree with you, and I also would tend to agree with you. I'm doing the opposite in FM23, but you have to ask yourself about how long you want the save to be, right? So I think that's the main question because the difference is huge. If I go to my Excel doc very quickly, I have an Excel doc. I wrote down all the leagues in an Excel document because that's what I need for FM23, right? So if I go to FM23, not counting the UEFA competitions, if you want to win the lower leagues, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm literally taking the cups out of this. So some countries, not just England, have more than one cup. Believe it or not. Ah, fuck! I just fucked it up. Hold on. I might have the count. I don't know. I didn't fix that part of the Excel yet. I do know that Cup and League alone, Europe has 177 competitions. So now you're asking yourself, how many of those are cups? Honestly, only about 40. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. So 46 cups. So you take 177, you take off 46, okay? That leaves you with 131, and then you take off parallel leagues. So that's parallel leagues. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see here. Uh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 26, 28, 32, 37, 38. Okay? 39. So there's 39. So 141 minus 39, you're looking at 102 leagues. If you're trying to win all the European leagues, including lower divisions. It's 102. It's 102 leagues. So that's the, and you're not going to win the league every year. You got to remember that, right? So even if you're very successful, you're not going to win the league every year. So you might get that done in 150 seasons. It might take you a little bit longer than 102. So that's the thing. Like, is that a save that you want to commit that amount of time to? That's what you've got to ask yourself. If Man U got relegated and won the championship, no one counts it as a league title. Is how I see it. Um, I mean, it is a league title. It's not the league title, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a league title. It's not the league title. I don't know. I'm with Madrid. I have Ireland and have won the second league in Wales. Fair enough. I would say top. I would say start with top division only. Right. Counter-launching FC under-18s win with Switchblade. Impressive. Blockbuster in the 36th minute got the scoring underway before Jordan Toilet in the Toilet, in the 2 minutes later, leveled it for Chorley under 18s. Philip Draper then scored in the 48th to put us back in front. Blockbuster from the penalty marker in the 53rd minute made it 3-1. Liam Young in the 72nd made it 4-1. So Blockbuster played. Crack was on the bench as always because TJCB is the goalkeeper this season. Switchblade got an assist and player of the match. And Ducky did play as well, and so did Seraful. So very well. Very, very well done in the under 18s. So Ebenezer Ackles not ready for a fitness test. Everyone else, it is not required. We need to do leagues in focus. So his name's a dead shop. His name's a dead shop. Blockbuster V20. His name's a dead shop. Right. I'm blocking Vanarama National a little bit here, but we are going to do leagues in focus. We do this, for those that don't know, we do this almost every single episode. We look at the top six leagues in England, and we also look at the MLS as well as a league directly above us, or in a level above us, I should say. Right, starting with the Prem. It's time to refund FM, guys. Arsenal are leading the league by 11 points. Game's too unrealistic. It's time to refund. Chelsea are second, Spurs are third, Bournemouth are in fourth, Man City's fifth, Villa is sixth, Newcastle is seventh. Game's gone. Agreed. Yep. You want to know the fucking really stupid thing as well before we continue with leagues in focus? They've won the Champions League not once, but twice. Game's unrealistic. Way too unrealistic. However, right? I want you guys to forget Ange and Spurs and their Europa League win for a second. Wipe it out of your memory for a second, okay? Because prior to that win, I would have said the game's realistic because Tottenham have bottled the Champions League final, and then they've bottled 2 Europa League finals, and they've also bottled, I think, 2 FA Cup finals. But now we can't really say that anymore because they've actually won the Europa League IRL. So game's just unrealistic. Anyway, leagues in focus. Arsenal top by 11. Chelsea have 2 games in hand. Spurs are third. Bournemouth are fourth. City's fifth. Aston Villa is sixth. Newcastle seventh. Sunderland's eighth currently. Man United is down in 11th. Liverpool are down in 15th. And Palace are 2 points above the drop over Sheffield Wednesday. Brentford are 6 adrift in 19th. Sheffield United also 6 adrift in 20th place. MLS kicks off in about 3 weeks' time, so looking forward to that. Sky Bet Championship. West Ham are top by 3 over Cardiff, who lead the playoff places by a point over Bristol City, Hull, Fulham, and Swansea. Wolves, Birmingham, and Forest are all 3 points on the outside looking in. At the bottom, Portsmouth are 3 above the drop over QPR. The Scum are 5 adrift in 23rd. Blackburn are 17 adrift in 24th. Good to see the game is so realistic. Yeah, right? I mean, to be fair, we are 11 seasons in. Something tells me within the next 11 years, Arsenal still won't find a way to win the Prem, though. Sky Bet League One. This is the history of the Arsenal. If Fipo's watching, he's probably just logged off. Poor man. Anyway, Skybet League One, Derby is top of the league by 14 points over Stoke, although they do have 3 games in hand. Stoke themselves are above the playoff places on goal difference over Plymouth, Leyton Orient, Charlton, and Newport. Reading are on the outside looking in by goal difference. Torquay are a point back. At the bottom, Lincoln and Carlisle both a point above the drop. Mansfield are above the drop on goal difference over Burton Albion and South Shields, who have somehow had a resurrection and lifted themselves off the bottom of the table. Wimbledon are 4 points adrift in 23rd, as are South End in 24th. I believe Arsenal will still have Arteta and will still be saying trust the process with no trophies. What did Thierry Henry say? Like, it's a big building when somebody says, oh, they're building something, and he goes, it's a big building now. That was a great line. Skybet League 2. Woking top by 3 over Scunthorpe in their return to the Football League. Scunthorpe in a promotion spot. Walsall are also in third, 2 points above the playoff places over Cambridge, Bristol Rovers, Bradford, and Preston. Wigan are 2 points outside looking in. At the bottom, Notts County 2 above the drop over Blackpool. Yeovil are 13 adrift at the foot of the Football League. Panorama National is Zenko. Zenko. What's up, Coach? How was the end of your stream, my man? How was it? Let me see if I can snooze these ads for 5 minutes for you guys, shall we? Just until we get through Leagues in Focus. Welcome in, Raiders. I hope Zenko's end of the stream was great. I am Benakage. This is the CLG FC save, a tier 20 to the top save with community members, and we are currently in level 10. We're doing Leagues in Focus right now, which is overviewing the top 6 leagues in England and MLS, and a league that's in a level above us. Let me give you a shout out, guys. The greatest youth only save manager, as well as an all-around genuine excellent human being. He's a absolutely phenomenal handball coach, IRL. It's Coach Zanko. Here's an old clip playing FM23. But from the great state of Slovenia, welcome in, Zanko. So, that's awesome. So, right. How was your stream, man? Vanarama National, Zigoraths, Great Macclesfield are 8 points above the top of the Vanarama National. Sutton are currently, let me just turn the camera off real quick so you can see that. Look at that, Macclesfield right there. They are top of the league by 8. Sutton over Sutton, Forest Green Rovers, Shrewsbury, Hereford, Harrogate, Worthing. Solihull Moors, who've made the 5th round of the FA Cup, are 2 back on the outside looking in. At the bottom, Gillingham are a point above the drop over Maidenhead United. Gateshead are 5 adrift in 22nd. Northampton 6 adrift in 23rd. Dorking Wanderers are 10 adrift in 24th. Second best football golfer, Coach Zanko. Hey, man. Who would you chosen? Who do I support IRL Skull Crusher? Is that what you're talking about? So, yeah. I support one club in England because they were the first football club I started supporting, and then I support my local club. So my local club is the Philadelphia Union. So, this is their alternative badge over here, right here. This is their alternative badge. This is their actual main badge, right there on the back of the shirt. I actually just went to them last night. We played last night at home against Charlotte. In Europe, I support West Ham United. They're my other main club is West Ham United, and then there's a few other clubs that I call minor clubs, which are not they're not clubs. I don't watch them regularly, but they're clubs that if I were to pick a team from a league to support, they would be the ones that I would support. So it's not like I actively support them. I'm going to buy any merch. I'm going to watch any other games. They're just there's four other clubs that I like a little bit. Actually, I would say five now, but there's five other clubs that I actually just have a small fondness for, and those would be Hearts of Midlothian, Union Berlin, uh, Corinthianos, or Corinthians, I should say, Central Coast Mariners, and FC Tokyo. Hey, at least West Ham is better than Man United. Maybe we always have been. Milos, thank you for the follow, man. West Ham is a weird one. I always hear United, Liverpool, Chelsea. From Americans specifically, yes, you do. And I absolutely fucking hate that fact. I hate the fact that Americans are so essentially bandwagoners. Right, for lack of a better term. Vanarama North, Ultrachim top by 2 points over the playoff places, which include Morecambe, Fylde, Chester, Accrington, Fleetwood, and Tamworth. Marine and Pexhill are both 2 points on the outside looking in. At the bottom, Southport 2 above the drop over Real Bedford. Darlington 3 adrift in 22nd. Rugby Town are 9 adrift in 23rd. Apley Bridge have fallen 15 adrift in 24th place. Behave yourself. Wait. Behave yourself. That's a very bold claim when they haven't won anything big in like 40 years. Brother, we just won the Conference League 3 years ago. What the fuck are you talking about? Right. Vanarama South, AFC Sudbury is 2 points above the drop over Cray. I'm sorry, 2 points above the league and the playoff places over Cray, Mersham, Margate, CK Andover, Bath, Berkhamsted. Conference League isn't big. It's a European trophy. It's definitely big. That is just a objectively false statement. Even Chelsea can win that. I mean, okay, but then also, Villa didn't. And they were a Champions League side this season. So it's not like everybody can win it. So, not every big club that goes into that competition comes out the winner. I mean, that's just that it is what it is, right? So, um, who have won it? Chelsea, Olympiacos, West Ham, and Roma. Chelsea beat Real Betis. Olympiacos beat Fiorentina. Fiorentina's a big club in Italy. Haven't won it. Roma beat Feyenoord. So, I don't know what we're getting at here. Who was the team that went into first season? Was it Brighton? Because they didn't win it either. Um, the English team that entered the competition. No, it was Spurs. Spurs didn't win it when they were in it. And Spurs just won the Europa League. So, Spurs could not even win it the year they were in it. And yet they've just won the Europa League. So you make sense of that. Anyway, but Spurs are Spurs. They just won the Europa League though. So that what I mean, whatever. There's mental gymnastics going on here that I'm seeing in chat, and basically it's a European trophy. You have to be good to win it. At the bottom of the Vanarama South, Cheltenham 2 points above the drop over Farnborough, Dover, St. Albans City, and Billericay. North, and then finally the division above us. I should say Dover, by the way, are 5 adrift in 22nd. St. Albans are 6 in 23rd, and Billericay are just basically they're done. They're 15 points adrift now at the foot of the Vanarama South. The level above us, Broughton Amateurs still lead the league. They're 3 points above over Rochdalians, Hattersley, Barlick Wanderers, and Addingham. Old Stretfordians are 4 points on the outside looking in. At the bottom, Prestwich Hayes are a point above the drop over Sonbach United. Laird's are 8 adrift in 22nd. Highgrove are 10 adrift in 23rd. Withenshaw are 12 adrift in 24th. That's Leagues in Focus. We've got a game to go. Am I remembering correct that Lille lost last game in the league to Man United and lost Champions League place with it, losing to United? Probably. I believe you are. So, I'm so sick of people too telling me they're like, oh my God, there's no football on. I'm like, I just went to the football last night, man. There's football on. You just got to watch a different league that's outside Europe. Watch J League, good league. Watch A League, interesting league. I wouldn't say good league, but interesting league. Watch MLS, good league. Canadian Premier League, good league. There's football on. You just got to go find it. I watch NBA. Well, you're about a week away from that ending. So, uh, right. Um, we've got a pretty much a full strength squad here, guys. We got a full strength squad. So I'm going to lower the Firefox audio, and we're going to get ready to get into this game, shall we? Everybody's back. Everybody's fit. So we're getting ready. They are 3-2-0 in their last 5. They're actually on an, I think, 11-game unbeaten run, Rams bottom. They're really good. We are 4-0-1 in our last 5. We're top of the table. They are 4th. We need to win to keep pace, or at least keep ahead of North Walkden. Win here would also make sure that we stick our necks out. 6 points ahead of Bradley, who's the other team chasing us down. Do you follow darts? I don't. Darts. I mean, I've seen it. I've watched it before. It's not my thing. Darts. The darts is like one of those other sports for me. There's some sports I like I like field hockey. I like uh, uh, rugby. I like cricket, and I like Formula One. But I watch so much football, and I watch so much baseball, ice hockey, things like that, that I just don't have the time to watch something like darts or cricket or rugby, so I don't wind up watching them very often. Um, because I don't enjoy them as much as I enjoy mainly ice hockey, baseball, and um, and football. So, right, point the finger. If you carry your mat, we'll do well. Let's go. We're in a 4-1-1-3-1. They are in a 4-2-3-1. Will Davis, 5 matches, 12 yellows so far this season. 90-second ads. No complaining about ads, please. Right. No problem. All good. I am going to pause because we do have the ad timer going. It does tell you, by the way, Milos. So it does let you know that like the ads are in progress and how much longer we have to them. So I have added that to the stream for you all, so you actually can see it and how long it's going to be until the break. Nice. Yeah, I actually think it's a pretty good feature for you guys. So it is. They do run, I think, once every like 54 minutes or something like that. It's pretty spaced out for you all. So yes, you're going to get hit with a large block of them, but um, we're going to have large breaks in between the ads. So um, it's Twitch. Everybody, unless you're a Turbo subscriber, everybody goes through it. So it just is what it is. Unless you're a Turbo or Channel subscriber, then you get hit with it. You know what I mean? So everybody's in the same boat. Um, but we got 33 seconds until they're done. So you guys at least have regulations in Europe that means you don't get hit with the full block. Because in the U.S. here, you're getting, yeah, I have other means to deal with it. Yeah, exactly. Most people do. But like in the U.S., like here, you're getting hit with 3 minutes every time. Like you're getting hit with 10 ads every time, 10 to 12. So, and there's some channels that I've been in previously, whether I've been rated to them or whatever, that run 3 minutes of ads every like 20 minutes. and it's just like a fucking bombardment. And like in Europe, you wouldn't have that's not even allowed. Do you know what I mean? Like in countries over there, where in the U.S. there's no regulation on it. So if somebody wanted to run 3 minutes of ads every 20 minutes over here, guess what? The viewers are just out here suffering. Right? Where ads are done. So I'm here just because I wanted to speak to Zanko. I mean, I get that. He's a very wise and wonderful man to talk to. He's got a brain for uh, football manager and handball like nobody else that I know. So um, here's Snicky, offsides. Offsides early on. We're getting the offsides out early. Here's Hyde, Zwick. This is for Rams bottom. They are in really good form. By the way, don't. I'm using like a crazy tactic that I would never use again and probably never use. Jack, how have you been booked 4 minutes into the fucking game, mate? Seriously? So don't worry about the tactic. But yeah, it's worked for us so far. And oh my God, Spaps, you got to chase that down. Something, man. So what's the tactic? I don't even know. Based on this tactic, you wouldn't think I would know what one of those are. So good block, Frack. They get a corner. So we are running essentially a 4-1-1-3-1 asymmetrical. Now the formation I have no problem running again. I actually like this formation. It's the roles that make it so random. We have a complete forward, a Ramdeuter, and then Ganch, a wide target forward, a Metsala, a Regista, two wingbacks, a ball-playing defender, a libero, and a sweeper keeper. So it's just players all over the place. But I would consider running a 4-1-1. We have almost the same. Nice. I would consider running a 4-1-1-3-1 again. That was dangerously close. But I've been experimenting with a few others, and I'm actually really, really interested in this save I'm doing with Raz and Ducky and all them because I think I'm going to be running in that save a 3-4-3 diamond Gengen press. So very high intensity forward pressing in a 3-4-3 diamond. So three strikers up at the top, one AMC, two wide midfielders, a DM, and three center backs. So, and the idea is to kind of try and trap the ball in the middle and just press and win the ball back upfield, right? I mean, when you have three strikers and an AMC upfield, you have a lot of personnel that can press early if you lose the ball forward in forward positions, right? So I actually am looking Ramdeuter on the right. I actually really like the Ramdeuter. The more I play with one, the more I'm like it's an underutilized role. Here's Cookies. Go on, Cookies. The cutback. Nobody's there. He should have cut it back to Snicky instead of taking the shot, but that's what he's done. At least I've won the ball. Sheamus now cutting in. The cutback to Twinkle. Here comes the cross. Can't find anybody. Headed away. Twinkle again. Knocked off the ball by Zwick. It goes out for a throw. In FM... So I'm running a 3-4-3 diamond in my other FM24 save, my offline one. In FM23, I'm actually running a 4-3-3 diamond, which is very standard. You guys just call it a 4-3-3. But it's one striker, two wide attacking midfielders, and then two central midfielders and a DM. So, the normal 4-3-3 a lot of people run. I'm running that in FM23. But, good save, Bratwall. But, what do you call it? I'm interested to see if I can recreate what I have in FM14 in FM24. FM14, I don't have the personnel yet in my other saves to do it. But in FM14, I'm running that 4-3-3 diamond I talked about, right? And that's my standard formation. And then when we take a lead, or when we need to score a goal, whether we're drawing against a team we should beat late or we're down by a goal, I switch to the 3-4-3 Gegenpress I have. That's very attacking. It's an extremely forward aggressive because you need a goal. You know what I mean? So you have to be aggressive. And then when we're trying to defend a lead, I actually go to a 4-1-4-1, which is 4 defenders across the back line, 1 defensive midfielder, 4 midfielders, and then 1 lone striker at the top. And just put 9 of the 10 outfield players behind the ball because you're trying to protect the lead, right? So I wind-eyed crazy that I score more with defensive mentality, that tactic, than with positive or attacking. AI opens more, I guess. Hey. You mean they try to press and therefore they open up spaces for you to counter them? I get that. I get that. Here's Spaps on the right-hand side. Frack. Twinkle, he's had to go for long range. That's way over. For those that are new, this is not the only game we play, by the way. So we play on this stream. I have an FM24 save. That's the one you're watching right now. I have an FM23 save. That's going to be tomorrow. That was just a bad turnover, by the way. Thank God Reed's offsides. And then we play Hearts of Iron 4, Rise of Nations, Pangya, we play Action Taimanen, a whole bunch of different games. So I might do, at some point, need to buy Nier Replicant and do a playthrough of the Nier series. Because Replicant's okay, but oh, what a strike. Holy moly, what a goal. Snicky with an absolute belter of a strike. How did the keeper get beaten on his near post? What a ball. What a finish. From 20 yards as well. Let's go. Hoi 4, you have my attention now. We're playing through, I use 2 mods for Hoi 4. One is the beautiful Anime Generals pack, and the other is Road to 56. So when I play Hoi 4, it's almost always Road to 56. And we're playing through as Sweden currently in that save, and we've managed to gain a lot of territory. So it's interesting. That save has gotten interesting, very interesting. Half the world is like almost all of South America is in one alliance with, and they're in the same alliance with like a lot of the Arab nations, and they're fighting against China, which is interesting. China's trying to fight basically a war against Kazakhstan and all of the countries in the steppes, as well as Southeast Asia. And I think Yemen is also at war with. Yemen's like one of the only. I think it is actually the only, almost Arab nation in that save that's at war with the rest of the Middle East. Like Yemen is literally at war with the Sultan of Muscat, Oman, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Republic, which is essentially Egypt, and things like that in that save. It's a crazy save. We're in 1942, almost 43. Like hey. I'm no comment. Yeah. Right. So we are 1-0 up at the break. Snicky's 37th minute strike is enough to separate the two sides. They are definitely playing well, Rams bottom. So, right. So, salutations, senior. Yes, what's crack-a-lackin'? Crack! Welcome to the stream, my guy. What's crack-a-lackin' is that I am very conflicted this morning. I've had conflicted emotions. We'll say that. But guys, If you're looking for another Football Manager streamer, he is the best dealer of crack on the internet. It's Crack Attack Central. We always have a good time on his stream. And he's playing through right now as Real Madrid. Woo. Almost conceded there. I'm waiting for Europa Universalis 5. They disappointed me with Victoria 3. I need some economic war game. I haven't played the Victoria series. Are you positive he's a good streamer? He's an excellent streamer, okay? He plays Blasphemous, Path of Exile. Path of Exile 2, but yeah, Blasphemous, Path of Exile 2. He's playing through Expedition 33 as well on stream, and he plays Football Manager, both in a single-player save and a network save that he has going as well. And the network save has how many people are in that network save, Crack? It's a lot, isn't it? Isn't it like 8 to 10 people? Yeah, I haven't played Victoria 3, but I think I own it. It's the same thing with Crusader Kings. I'm not... there were 8 in it. Wow, yeah. I'm not 100% sold on Crusader Kings. Now, he even plays Among Us now. Yeah, he played that a few times. So, all around a fun streamer. We need to think about substitutions. It might be Spaps that's first for the legend that is Joe Jones. So Spaps is not winning a lot in the air today. So I adored Victoria and Victoria 2. I think I might have Victoria 2 as well. I'll take a look. But I'm not huge on the Middle Ages kind of games. Europa Universalis I'm interested in. I actually have 4, I think, on this PC as well. I just haven't played it. I do. I have Europa Universalis 4. Is that a pen? We've been given a pen. A penalty has been called. Is that me? I'm stepping up, I think. I'm stepping up to take it. And there it is. 2-0. That wasn't a pen. He got the ball. That was as clean a pen you can strike. We were talking about Victoria, right? Yeah. You know what? I have Victoria 2. I don't have Victoria 3. I have Victoria 2. Now I might have to give that a go. Because you said you adored Victoria 2, so I might have to give that a go. Europa Universalis, I own 4 on Steam. I've not played it. I played 1, Europa Universalis 1. I have it on CD still. Phenomenal game. Absolutely phenomenal game. I played 3 and I hated it. But then again, I can say the same thing about Hearts of Iron. I've played Hearts of Iron 1, phenomenal game. Hearts of Iron 2, excellent game. I played Hearts of Iron 3. I couldn't stand Hearts of Iron 3. I absolutely cannot stand that game. And now I've played Hearts of Iron 4, and it's probably the best of the entire series. Hoi 4 is just incredible. He shouldn't have punched that, but at least it went to Arthur. For him, here's Carroll. First sub is coming in. It's going to be Spaps. That is a yellow card for Frack. Joe Jones is coming in. Frack, you are going to... we're going to ease you off tackles. Ignore. Thank you. I didn't want that piece of advice anyway. I hate that. Well, he's 1 yellow card away. I know, mate. We play 30 games a season. They're gonna get yellow card suspensions, mate. It is what it is. Sheamus, the cutback is out for a corner. We only get 3 substitutions. The first one is Spaps for Joe Jones. Second one I'm thinking might be Sheamus for Simon Roger McKendy. Victoria 3 is just a totally different game. Pure blasphemy, in my honest opinion. Sorry. I feel that I feel the exact same way about Hearts of Iron 3 compared to Snicky's a miles offsides. Yeah, miles offsides. So I feel the exact same way about Hearts of Iron 3 compared to 2 and 1. But then again, 4, Hearts of Iron 4 is extremely different than anything else in the series. But they did that one right. That Hoi 4 is incredible. I have almost 500 hours in that game already. Oh, that should have been on gold. Twiggles instead lifted it over the top. So, how do you have your own player? It's a created club, mate. But if you're interested in getting into save, it's a channel points reward redemption. So rename a new gen is an option to get a player in the save if you would like. They would join. Oh my God, no! And they've scored. Far from ideal. Jack came all the way across, and Parks can't cover two. That's not on Parks. So justice for that penalty. 7,100 more points to go. Yay. So it is 7,100 points, or 7,500. And then edit a player attribute is 3,000. So you can chip your player up. That your player automatically manually gains attribute points over time as well. So don't be afraid that, oh well, I'll never get them, to the player I want them to be, because we can get them. Jones shoot. Oh, Twinkle off the post. Are you kidding me? So there's an order with which players are adjusted in the save. So everything to heading. I love smart play. That's can you please stop giving me that kind of bullshit advice? Thank you. I think it's time. Simon Roger Mukendi's going to come on. It needs to be a double switch. So Simon Roger Mukendi and Sam Wellman will come on. Oh, what a run. Go on, Seamus. Go on, Seamus. Cookies? Cookies! Rewind, that might do it. Big win. This will be the first loss for Rams Bottom in like 11 to 12 games. What do you think of the Club World Cup? Right. I think the concept of a Club World Cup is really neat, and I think that there should be one. I hate the format, and I hate how FIFA's gone about it. I think the Club World Cup should be 8 clubs, okay? 8 clubs. You take the 6 Confederation winners. You run it yearly. It's not every 4 years. You run it yearly. You take the 6 Confederations winners, okay? So all the Champions League winners, you take the 6 of them. You take the defending Club World Cup champion from the previous year. And yes, there is one, because there used to be a different format. And then you take the top league winning club from the country that last won the World Cup. So, for example, that would be Argentina. So you take the winner of the Argentinian top flight. You throw those 8 in a Club World Cup, 2 groups of 4, and you do, or if you want, you could just do straight knockouts. But I think you do 2 groups of 4. Top 2 from each group go into semifinals, and you play you're asking teams to play a maximum of 5 matches. You spread that over 2.5 weeks, and you do it in June, right at the end of the season, because most player contracts run until June 30th. So, and I think the only Champions League that doesn't conclude in April or May, I think, is Oceania. So I think you do that, and then you that's what you do. And I think you just run an 18th competition, and you finish by mid-June, and that's it. So, and if it clashes with international tournaments, like you have the Euros or the World Cup that year, you make sure that those tournaments start first week of July or something like that. so that the players still get a nice 2 week break, uh, you know, and before they have to go on international duty, they get some time off because it what they've got now is just fucking pure bullshit, right? So, Wiseman, good job. Welcome in, good job. Thank you for the sub, man. 6 freaking months. That's insane. Welcome, good job. Here's a Cunningham Mukendi right to Gilvin. Welcome in, good job. Guys, he's doing a great save. He is the king of unique saves. He has so many unique saves. It's the good shit. Check him out. He's a wonderful man. Definitely give him a follow. He is doing corn on the job. This is a previous save in FM24. Oof. This was in his. This was your Samba Steel save, which was really a great save. I love that save. There we go. It's a win. Play the song after the clip. But yeah, this was Samba Steel. So Goodyear Dave has done Samba Steel, where he's won everything in South America. Great save, absolutely great save. You've done Rewriting History, which is you've taken the 3 clubs that have been relegated, obviously last season, not this season, and tried to keep them in the Prem. He's taken. You've done a West Ham save, if I remember correctly, right, Goodyear? You've done West Ham as well, winning the Champions League. You've done MLS. You've conquered MLS. You actually went into MLS and won every single trophy there is to win in North America in 6 seasons. And now you're doing Corn on the job, where he's taking his local side, Corn FC, from the 10th tier of English football all the way to the top. And he's in the championship, so definitely check him out because he's absolutely killing it right now with Corn. So thank you, my friend. You are most welcome. Play the song. You can make it even less matches. Europe and South America skip first round. Other 4 teams play for the 2. That's how the World Cup, the Club World Cup, was previously, and I don't like that format because I think it favors. It's favoritism in a competition. Your competition format should never have favoritism based on regions or economic impact or anything like that. You should always have a competition format that says, if you're good enough, you will advance, right? Yep, Samba Steel, Rewriting History, West Ham, European Journeyman, Retro 2 times, MLS, and now Corn. Yeah, absolutely. So, some great saves in there. Absolutely great saves that have been fun to watch. 3-1 over Ramsbottom. Snicky in the 37th. My penalty in the 59th before Marcus Swick got one back for Ramsbottom. Cookie shut the door in the 86th, and we won 3-1. So that's why I have a problem with the Champions League format. I hate the way Champions League does qualification. And there's Champion Stage, and there's Champions Path, and League Path, and all this other shit. Nonsense. It should be, if you win your league and you are in Europe, you get a spot. Period. End of story. None of this, well, you come from a coefficiently lower league, and, the Gibraltaran League isn't as good, so maybe we'll stick you in the second qualifying round, or sometimes if you don't do well internationally, we'll stick you in the first Horseshit. If you win the league and you're in Europe, you should be in the Champions League group stage. Period. Just period. Um, I hate the way the Champions League does qualification. I think it's absolute crap. There's no reason the 5th team in England should be getting a spot ahead of a team that's won their league. Whether or not that league produces great footballers or that country is even a great footballing, it should be completely irrelevant. The Champions League should be there because you are a champion of your league. That's the whole fucking premise. So, now I agree with things like the Conference League and giving these smaller clubs that come from smaller nations a shot, but I absolutely have so many problems with Champions League qualifications. I think it's built to make the big teams successful. That's what it does. and it's built to keep the big clubs as successful. And I think that's a big problem. So a problem that UEFA and FIFA just don't address at all whatsoever. That might be a very American viewpoint, but I think it's I don't think it's worked for anybody. You know what I mean? Like I think if you come from Latvia and you're one of these big club, like let's say you're a club in Latvia that's won the league title 15 years in a row or something like that, and you still have no shot in the Champions League because you're pushed so far away from getting to play the PSG and getting to play a Bayern Munich and getting to play even like a Real Sociedad or whomever, an Aston Villa, a Newcastle. It's so stacked against you. Um, the whole system just seems completely uh, against the point of what a Champions League should be. Right, Burskov hosting Lancaster. Long in the added time at the end of the first half actually put Lancaster ahead, but then it was a second half turnaround for Burskov. Moses in the 57th, Forsyth in the 67th from the penalty spot, and then Moses again in added time at the end of the second half, and Burskov run out 3-1 winners. It's a big win for Burskov. They move to within a point of safety. They're up to 15th. Lancaster are now, 9 points adrift. They're still at the foot of the table by at least 7 points as well. So they're looking done and dusted, unfortunately. They have a little bit of time left, but not a whole hell of a lot. Mossley hosting Earlham. Henry's 5th-minute goal from Mossley put the hosts in front, but Farouk in the 28th leveled it for Earlham. They'll split the points on the afternoon. Earlham will jump one spot with the point up to 11th ahead of Squires Gate, who they were only previously behind on goal difference. Mossley, in the meantime, will remain in 5th. They are 3 points ahead of Cross Hills, but if Cross Hills win because they already have a better goal difference, Mossley will slide out of the playoff places on goal difference. But that is results around the league. So let's kick this off with a pre-match press conference. And the first question from Dean Higgham at the Blizzard. A positive result. How significant to be able to get the first blow in ahead of their match? But can also have a negative effect on players, especially if they have questionable mentalities. No, doesn't have much of an impact. It's not significant. They're going to approach their match the same as we did ours earlier. You've once again come up with a supremely impressive victory. It was excellent, top performance. I found it fascinating. Snicky was terrific. Koniku's playing well. I think mentality good away from home. Supporters seem to respond well to your considered passing approach today. Okay, that was a pretty powder puffery press conference. We won 5 straight now in the league after the loss, which is great. That's absolutely awesome. Recruitment focus is not producing anything, as they usually don't. We're going to have a quick save. We're going to end the YouTube episode. So for those on YouTube, thank you for watching. This was CLG FC episode 234. We will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.